What's up, you bastards? Welcome back to It's Tough, the magnum.traub podcast. Today on It's Tough, we're going to talk about how to understand the other side of the issue. And I think that's kind of relevant. This is kind of a Thanksgiving Day type episode, because we're all going to have an argument with some relatives or people we know about some bullshit fucking, politics that we don't necessarily fully understand or they don't fully understand. And, we kind of have to not fight about it, There needs to be a more balanced way to do it than just yell and scream at each other. Update with me, we're still in the lair. You guys can see that, obviously. I'm banging this out at 7 because I get to go work at the pool room now. Go check it out if you're 21. And that's about it. So I'm trying to bang this out before I have to go over there. It's going to be a late night, but that's okay. We're enjoying it. We understand that all actions have consequences. And you got to pay those consequences to reap some benefits as well. Okay, so you guys know what to do. Sub or follow wherever you're listening to this on. Drop me a comment if you like, or throw a like if you liked it. Drop a comment if you got something you want to say. Come on, do it. Comments get me hyped up. Follow me on my Instagram, magnum.traub, and get in contact with me there. I'm always available to talk about issue you guys want to talk about. All right, so let's get into the topic. So I was thinking about this. First, I started talking about like a climate change, gun control. I made one of those podcasts. I didn't really like how it turned out. I thought it was kind of fucked up. It didn't work the way I wanted it to work. Okay, I sent it to my buddy to edit it, or not edit it, give me an opinion on it, and he went off on me because he's a fucking, I'm not gonna say a libtard, but he's of the liberal echelon. And some of the statements I made weren't necessarily jiving with that argument, okay? And I was thinking, I'm like, but he's a smart kid, right? How the fuck doesn't he understand this? Like, this isn't a Republican or Democrat thing. This is just a logic thing. And I realized, I'm like, my reality and his reality and your reality and everyone else's fucking reality is different, okay? So if you expect to convince someone just by yelling shit at them, it'll never happen, okay? Sure, they'll say they understand your side. They'll understand your argument. But do they actually get where you're coming from, like on a feeling? Like, you get a feeling. You have a certain whatever inside of you that makes you feel a certain way. That makes you unique, okay? Your reality unique. And they don't, you can't. So I had to explain it to him, like, listen, for me, what guns represent, they aren't a bad thing. I know you think they're a heinous murder device, but to me, here's what guns represent. They represent freedom. They represent the ability to defend myself against any enemy, foreign or domestic. They truly make you equal. We're all equal under the law, but if you have a gun, you can defend yourself against anyone. No one is going to beat the fucking bullet. Okay, if you have the power to control your life with a gun. And that was the argument because he's anti-gun. And I just made that argument to him after when we talked about it. I'm like, that's how you have to understand it, And you have to weigh, okay, what are the benefits of that thought? What are the drawbacks? And you have to find what you think's best from that. But that's how you have to look at these topics. You have to look at them objectively. Because what we do now, we just fight about it because we believe in it, but you don't know why you believe in it, and you just believe in it too because your fucking party believes in it, and that's the biggest problem. I mean, Jesus Christ. How does it make sense that 50% of America thinks one way, 50% of America thinks the other way on all the same issues? It doesn't. Like the way I think of it, Each issue should be analyzed by yourself. Give yourself some fucking, ability for independent thought, and you don't just have to follow the fucking establishment that wants you to believe this way and just follow them. That's not what America was built on. America was by the people, for the people. Okay, so what's that mean? Well, if you have an issue with one thing, but you don't have an issue with another thing, okay, you vote for one thing and you vote against the other thing, okay? It's simple, but now it's no, you're only in one group. And the problem is, people basically, I think, I understand it. It's too difficult to understand every single issue perfectly. You can't. It's fucking difficult. That's why we have the, whatever, our Congress people and the politicians supposedly understand, interpret, and do the best with what, like, we wish. So, but we're too stupid to understand every single idea, so what do? Well, we say, well, I kind of believe this guy on the one issue, you know, that's the issue I kind of care about. But at the same time, you know, I just got to trust that all the other issues that he talks about are probably going to be good for me, you know, and they're probably going to be do whatever the right thing or do what I want him to do, because I don't really know about him, but he's like with me on this one issue. And that's just fucking retarded. I mean, how does that make any sense? Like, how does it make sense to just let somebody else or some other idea pick your ideas for you and you just say, yeah, you get my support? No, like, that's bullshit. Everyone should look at these things fucking objectively. But that's how you have to do it to understand the other side. If you understand both sides of the idea, you can come up with an objective opinion. You know, you have to truthfully, though, understand their reality. So you have to see, well, the anti-gunners, you know, they have this because, well, guns do kill people and people are victims of gun violence. It's not a myth, it's true. But to me, the way I weigh it, I weigh gun rights and the freedoms that you get because you have a gun, and the fact that it's in our Constitution as being greater than those violence and that death, okay? And some people weigh it differently, but the problem is everyone just hates fucking guns and they don't know why. Like, why do you not care about the environment? You know, do you know why? Like why is the reason that, you know, I was thinking about it like this. You know, could be a conservative guy who just wants to fucking, you know, drill that oil, do this, that, and the other, and the Keystone Pipeline and all that shit, and he's in North Dakota. Yeah, but guess what happened? In North Dakota, 380,000 gallons of oil spilled out like a week or two ago. Now, if you're that conservative motherfucker, you're going to have a fucking sharp-ass change in reality. When your dog goes out and drinks the polluted water, and your fucking life is ruined, the soil's ruined, and you're just disgusted by the place that you live. You know, that'll change your reality. That'll change your point of view. But basically what I'm getting at here is you have to understand that, well, that's a repercussion of just disregard for the other side. You know, that's a repercussion of not really understanding, like, oh, there are repercussions to everything I do. You know, there's a repercussion to this and how it affects other people and how it can even affect myself. And I can't just blindly follow one side or the other because that's not going to do shit for me. You know, you have a fucking brain. You were unique, so believe uniquely, okay? You should have unique ideas on every topic, not just cookie-cutter generic ones. I mean, the fact that you try to identify with a group just to stay relevant or stay cool or stay, you know, in the group. Like, no, that's wrong. It's fucking a Ponzi scheme. They're a pyramid scheme. They bring in people, and then you bring in more people, and then you shun anyone who doesn't work with it, and that's just fucking it. You know, it self-perpetuates itself to make even crazier and more unrealistic and less beneficial for the fucking people, for yourself. Okay, you aren't benefiting yourself by not understanding these ideas and voting on them. You're not, okay? Because in some instances, you know, your intervention is worse than just letting shit flow, you know? But sometimes you need intervention, but you have to understand when it's time and when it's not time. So that's basically what I'm saying when it comes to, you know, when you're with your family over Thanksgiving, try to understand, like, even if it's some dumbass uncle, he's just a drunk who, you know, peppers out fucking Trump's ideas, or if it's some ninny fucking vegan pussy who only eats tofu to make him feel good about himself, you know, think, okay, and there's a fucking libtard too, you know, think, alright, why does my uncle think, you know, Trump's the god? Why is fucking the libtard thing, or, you know, my vegan friend think that, you know, Elizabeth Warren's God, you know, or Joe Biden's great? Like, why are they thinking like that? And try to understand it. And then maybe you can see, oh, like, I get where they're coming from, but here's my thoughts on it. And then that's where you go from, you know? And that's how you'll beat these arguments. You can beat all these fucking arguments because people are just stupid. The problem is if you break it down for them, and you've looked at both sides logically and objectively, and you say, this is my idea, and if they have any problem with it, you say, yeah, I've interpreted it. I've thought about your side of the issue. So what the fuck? What's your next move? You don't have another move, motherfucker. Okay? I just fucking beat you. And it's not a win or a lose thing. It's just, I actually understand the issue. And that's that. And sometimes you'll agree with the vegan. Sometimes you'll agree with Trump supporter. Sometimes you'll agree with neither. And that's okay. That's the way progress is made. But just yelling from the right and from the left makes no fucking sense, because nothing's ever going to get done. Okay? And they keep pushing each other farther and farther. Two things are going to happen. Either people need to fucking rise up and move into the middle and take up the void that's left by these two, the right and the left. Or shit's just gonna fucking break in half. It's gonna be like the Titanic. It's gonna go whoop. Okay? And that's the truth. That's what can fucking happen. So why, the only reason it fucking happened is because of laziness and stupidity. Those are the only reasons. If everyone looked at topics objectively and with, logic in mind and how it would help them, but how it pertains to the world as a whole, and they balance out the fucking equation, these problems wouldn't fucking exist. We wouldn't have fucking wars. The progress we would make would be so much exponentially fucking greater. Okay? It dwarf anything that we've done so far, because you can't do anything now. One regime changes, another regime changes, and, I was watching Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan has this, you guys know, Joe Rogan's the bomb. And I was watching him talk to Tulsi Gabbard and Jocko Willink, and, Joe's talking about similar shit, and he's saying the media perpetuates it. The media is the reason for it, and he's blaming the media. And I kind of, I understand what he's saying. The fucking liberal media and the super conservative media fuck it up and skew it. They fuel the fire, but the fucking people started it. The reason that people don't actually look into deeper shit is because they're lazy and they want their bias to be fucking confirmation bias. That's what they fucking want. That's all they want, okay? So that they can feel better about themselves. Not many people can actually look at an objective topic or at a topic objectively and say, okay, I want to actually understand it. So you can't blame it on the fucking media. I mean, I understand, the media needs to be kind of watched, and you need to understand what they're doing, though. That's the thing. You can't just, the media is going to do what the media is going to fucking do. But if when I watch Fox News, I know half of it's bullshit against the Democrats. And when I watch fucking CNN or MSNBC, I'm like, well, they're kind of fucking libtards too. So why don't I cool it with believing everything Rachel fucking Maddow has to say? So that's why I gotta say, you gotta understand the full topic. You have to understand everything objectively. And if you can't understand all the topics, if you can't, which is totally reasonable, not many people can, not many people really are able to, and I get it, then just don't get involved with those topics. You're not going to make an ass out of yourself, okay? You're just going to, I guess you have to wait to understand them to talk about them. And that's the way it should fucking be. Let logic win, okay? So, that's all we got for the It's Tough podcast today. I'm glad I banged this out. It's going to be nice so I don't have to do this Thanksgiving morning. And that's about it. So I hope you stupid motherfuckers, a few of you may be smart, can understand the other side and have a better conversation with your vegan fucking cousin or your Trump supporting uncle.